It was fucking crazy. After all these episodes, I'm still like nervous. I don't know why. I'm still nervous.
Nervous about talking in front of a wall?
Yeah, like why are you here?
It's just us.
But you know what's crazy? So I'm doing, getting my house and all that shit, right? So I'm shopping around at different furniture stores, looking to see what I want, and I've settled on some things, settled on some other some kitchenware and all that stuff. But this fucking one store just keeps calling me, and I'm like, yo, all I wanted was one nightstand. Just it.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah. I practiced that in the mirror.
Yo, man, you practice that in the mirror too. All right, I gotta hold the mic like this.
Yes.
I'm gonna not put my hands in my pockets.
No.
Well done.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Yes.
Your writing skills are coming up, son.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pop Song Podcast, episode 72.
Yay!
And it's right after the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us recording 2 weeks in a row.
We are on time.
Oh, man.
It's
It's almost like we want to do this.
Hi, I'm one of your hosts, Raul, and across from the room I got,
What's up, everybody? It's Jay Alvarez.
and right in front of me,
Step right up. It's your boy, Marcel. Hello.
Marcel with Ghost Academy in the building with all the voices. First and foremost, I want to shout out all the listeners, new listeners, old listeners, everybody on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and iHeartMedia, and everywhere else that you're listening to us from. We do appreciate all the love and support. Jay, where can they find us?
You guys can find us on our social medias. Hit us up on Twitter at the Pop Song Pod. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. I almost said Facegram and Instabook.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're
at
owned
this
by the
point,
same company.
Yeah, same shit.
Yeah. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Pop Song Podcast, and you can even email us. We still do that at nodadjokes@gmail.com.
Yeah, man, 72 episodes, and like I said, that wasn't a joke, bro. I really do still get nervous right before he hits record, and I don't know why. This
They're
the
all
dumbest
gonna
shit
judge
ever.
me.
Yeah, this is so weird. I was telling somebody today, I'm like super shy, but people will never know. Anyway, bro, how was your week, man?
It's been a week, bro. So we'll work backwards. I'm sore. Sore as all shit because I went rock climbing yesterday.
Oh yeah, you did that shit.
Yeah. My
This is the second, third time. That you've done
no.
that.
So it didn't work out the first time around.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
remember.
so
I remember.
it's the second time we went to a rock climbing place, but this time we actually got involved.
Got you.
So it took Lorraine's family, two of her cousins came up, so we went with them and her brother to a rock climbing place locally. We didn't go all the way to Orlando this time. We stayed close to home.
Okay, smart. Smart.
It took Annabelle. Annabelle fell in love with it. The kid loves rock climbing. She started bouldering. She's like climbing without a harness. On like on the small ones. She really did well.
That's
like
dope.
she made it. She kept talking about she was afraid of heights, but she made it to the top of like one of the tallest walls in there.
Nice.
And I'm talking about that's a good 30, 40 feet.
Wow.
And she made it all the way to the top, and she was nervous about coming down because it's an auto belay, meaning like the rope is attached to the wall, and it brings you down slowly. So you can just let go and you can fall, but you fall in at like slow pace. So once she got the hang of that, she was better with it.
That's dope.
But yeah, Lorraine and I climbed walls too, and it's fun. We're sore, but in the best ways.
That's good.
My hands
that's good.
finally not swollen.
Wow.
But so that was a blast, man.
That's dope. I'm gonna try
I've done that once before, and I forgot how much I liked it.
I think Mace will like that. I might try that.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's cheap too. $15.
We're gonna talk about where it is after.
Yeah, we are.
off
For
air,
$15, if you're looking for a fun, affordable thing to do with the family, look up an indoor rock climbing place where you live.
Yeah,
Chances are you're gonna find one.
exactly. That's dope.
So that was cool, and but see, so we messed up because we went that's very physically demanding. There's a lot that goes on. Your body has to contort and pull and push. And the thing is, the day before I was in Tampa helping my sister move.
Oh, you was working out this weekend.
Yeah, no, I got. Oh man, so my sister, she's in Tampa. She's actually moving back to Melbourne, so we're happy to have her closer.
Nice. Okay.
We went out there, helped pack, which was. You ever help people move, man? Like unorganized people?
Yeah.
So we get so we went because my sister asked me to drive the truck because they got like a big 26-foot moving truck, which isn't huge, but it's bigger than what they're comfortable driving. It's got air brakes on it. They didn't really know how to do it, and I used to be a truck driver.
Exactly, yeah.
So she called me. She said, "Hey, would you mind driving the moving truck?"
Okay.
And I was like, nothing would make me happier than to drive that truck. I miss driving the truck, to be honest with you.
I figured that.
So I was like, yeah. I'll go there. We'll help you load up the truck and we'll drive it. So we get there. It's like 11 o'clock. We get there. We picked up my father because he was going to come help. And nothing's ready to go.
Oh, hell no.
Nothing's ready to go. We got there at 11 a.m. I didn't leave her house until 7 p.m.
No fucking way,
Yeah,
bro.
I love my family to death. My sister, my brother, my father, love them to death. But damn it, man. We would load up. So my brother's one of those people that he's an engineer, and because of that, he has to engineer everything. So we would move something into the truck, and then him and my dad would spend a half hour in the truck trying to figure out what to fit in the gaps before we could put the next big piece in there.
Wow.
And at first I was like, okay, I get it. You're trying not to leave any dead space. You're trying to pack the truck as much as possible. Mm-hmm. But then it was like, okay, this is taking way too long. Like we could have had this done hours ago. Wow. And I finally lost it. I lost my cool finally when I saw my brother was in there and he's like moving stuff out of the way. He's holding things and he's like, hey, pass me that fishing pole. I can fit it here. Meanwhile, we've got 3 couches, a filing cabinet, a washer and dryer, a dishwasher, a weight set. I'm sitting over here like, bro, get the fuck out of the truck. I was like, are you serious right now? Why don't you look, we need to stop playing geometry. And load the fucking couch.
Yo, they playing Tetris and yo ass.
So see, that's what my brother did. So I was like, stop playing geometry and load the truck. He's like, oh, it's called Tetris. Look at the fuck in the truck.
Yes.
Get the stuff in the truck. Man, I lost my mind because the thing is, my brother lives out there. He wasn't coming back to help unload the truck. You know what I'm saying? So he's just taking a sweet ass time. I'm like, bro, I got a 3-hour drive. Back across the state. And we're trying to unload this truck tonight because I got plans tomorrow. We were going rock climbing. Yeah. I said, I got plans tomorrow. I'm not going to be here to help them tomorrow. Right. So we need to load this truck and get over there before the storage place closes and we can't load anything. So we didn't make it.
Yeah. No.
We got there. We got back Saturday night. It was like after 10 o'clock. So we couldn't get into the storage area. So Sunday morning, before we go rock climbing, we tell my sister and we're like, all right, listen, the place opens up at 9 o'clock on Sunday. We'll get there at 9 o'clock. I'll unload the truck as much as I can, but I can only be there for a couple of hours because I have plans in the afternoon.
Right.
Cool. So we park the truck at my dad's house. I get there Sunday morning. They want to unload the truck at my dad's house because there's some things that are going there. The thing is, a lot of those things I thought, and that's my bad, I thought a lot of those things were in the back of the truck. Oh. So I'm like, no, I'm not unloading this entire truck here
to do that.
Just to load it back up. But then we opened the back and I realized that all the stuff was actually towards the back. So I was like, okay, this is cool. Let's unload this stuff now because we're going to have to move it out anyway.
Exactly.
So we did that. We make it up to the storage place probably like 10 o'clock. No, like right about 11 o'clock. We get there. They did not, prior to renting the storage place, they did not go to check in. And with the storage place, you got to go check in because they want to inspect the storage unit with you. They want to make sure the locks are good, the door's good, the walls are good. Because if you damage it, they're going to charge you. Yep. So it's like renting a car. They're going to do a walk-around inspection with you. And they thought that because they paid for it, they would just get there and it would be unlocked and they can just load in. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, because if they just leave it unlocked, what's to stop anyone from just showing up and throwing the stuff in the storage unit and putting their own lock on it?
Exactly.
So they didn't think about that ahead of time. We get there, it's locked. And guess what's closed on Sunday? The office.
Oh.
So we did all that just to get there and find out we couldn't do nothing.
Damn.
Now what gets better, and this is when I lost it on my father. I love you, Dad. When I lost it on my father.
It's going down.
We get there. I park the truck now. It's a pretty big storage place, and they have RV storage. Mm. So it's outdoors. So there's a lot of like big parking spaces where I can park this truck. The storage unit is right there. There's a big empty parking spot in front of it. So I'm like, listen, I'm going to park here instead of blocking the road and backing all the way up to the storage unit, because we got like a 16-foot ramp too.
Right.
So I'm going to park here. This is going to give us enough space to unload the ramp, and we got to walk maybe 5-10 feet, between 5 and 10 feet from the back of the truck to the storage unit. So I'm just going to park here and not block up the street. So I said that, and they were like, no, back up. There's nobody here. Who are we blocking? Okay, fair. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I parked the truck, and that's when we get out and we realize, oh shit, we can't get in there. So then my father says, well, let's find somebody that we can ask. I'm like, who's here, Pop? Who's here? Because 5 minutes ago you were yelling at me to park the truck over here because there's nobody here. Now you just made up somebody that we can ask questions to? Who the fuck is here, Pops? Tell me who's here. Meanwhile, my brother-in-law and my uncle are laughing their asses off.
Yes.
Because they agreed with me that we shouldn't block the street, but they also were like, yeah, man, nobody's here, so we should go. And then my father's like, well, let's find somebody to ask. Who? We already know nobody's here because we drove around the place twice looking for the damn storage unit. Who's here?
I feel your frustration in this whole thing.
Man.
I really do. I'd have lost my mind as well. Shit.
So after that, I was done. We actually drove. My car was already there, so I left the truck there. I gave them the keys, and I got in my car. And I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Bye.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Drop it. Gone. Fuck it.
Yeah. Okay. So that was fun. And it was frustrating, and I was ready to murder. Luckily for me, and for all of us, Game of Thrones also premiered last night.
Nice.
Season 8. I've never wanted a damn elephant so bad.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and that's gonna make sense when you watch it.
Yeah. I was looking at some shit because there's like explaining it without context, and it was like a Dumbo guy riding Dumbo. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, no, elephants are gonna feature quite heavily. Maybe, potentially, probably not, because they kind of explained why there aren't any elephants. I think that's what they. Okay. Spoiler alerts for anybody that hasn't seen the season premiere of season 8 for Game of Thrones. Sorry. So she got the I can't even remember. I want to say Sons of Liberty, but that's absolutely not it. The goal. Fuck, whatever.
She got that thing.
She got a group like basically a rent army from Essos. Think Unsullied. Only these aren't slaves. These are just other soldiers for hire.
Gotcha.
The Golden Sons.
Golden Sons.
Okay. I believe is what it is. I just realized that's a pun too.
Disgusting.
So in the book, they have like they ride war elephants. Think like Alexander the Great's army. You know, there's like big like horses, war elephants. And then at the beginning of the episode, or at the beginning of it, it's Cersei looking at the leader of this group, and she's like, you know, how many men did you bring? And she asked, you brought this many men, and he's like, actually minus 2,000. Somebody killed half of my guys.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it was the pirate that she hired to transport. He's the king of the Iron Islands.
Yeah.
Theon's uncle, and apparently somebody cheated in a dice game.
Jesus.
He admits that it may have been him, but they were weak fighters. Like they were weak fighters. He didn't want them anyway.
True.
So and then she's like, what about the elephants? He's like, no elephants. She's like, I was told that you guys would have elephants. He was like, we do have elephants, and they're amazing creatures, but they don't do well on boats. So we have no elephants. And she's like, I wanted those damn elephants. Anyway, thanks for coming. You can go ahead and get off the ships, and this is where your camp is.
Wow.
So that was great. Elephants are great.
I'm
gonna try not to spoil too much on this because I want people to actually listen to the episode.
Yeah, they're gonna
but I want people to listen to us. But yeah, man, it was great. Not a lot of big things. It was definitely a build-up episode.
Right.
But it is a lot of characters are seeing each other again for the first time in years. Some characters are meeting each other for the first time, but realizing they already have connections, which is cool. So it was a very cool recap, and this is what's happening.
Okay.
If you read into a lot of things like I do, and you're all about the theories,
yes,
there's a lot of setup. I think I have a pretty good idea of already who's going to die, how they're going to die. Not all together, but just from that episode, I'm like, okay, this person's gonna die. Okay, this person's gonna live, or this person's gonna do this. Oh, this is gonna be a thing, because they've gotten a little lazy with the setups. Like you can kind of see it coming. Yeah, it's still good. It's not bad, but before where it was like a big surprise, now if you know what to look for, you're kind of like, that's a setup. Okay. That's a they got a little lazy with it, but it's still amazing. It was a great show. Love dragons.
Love dragons.
Jon Snow. Found out who he really is. Found out who his parents are.
Okay.
That's going to be very interesting to see how that comes up the rest of it. There was one stupid scene where it's like, Jon and Arya see each other again. This is the first time they've seen each other since season 1.
Right.
So they see each other again. He says something about, I'm her family too. And she says, don't forget. She's like, don't forget that. And she may as well looked at the screen and winked because it was like it was kind of like tell Sansa I'm her family too, and she's like, don't forget that or remember that. That's what. Remember that. Because it's about to fuck. Yeah, exactly. It was exactly. All I saw was Keaton Ivory Wayne's like message.
Yep.
So it's like she said, remember that, and then it like zoomed in on her face, and I was waiting for her to turn to the camera and be like,
you get it.
But yeah, it was a great. I'm so happy it's back.
So many events was just centered around that shit.
Oh man,
so many points. We
got Game of Thrones Oreos.
I seen that. It was like a fucking stack of it, and it was just sitting there. And I was like, people are gonna go crazy for this. I should probably pick one up, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, no, they're good. I mean, the Oreos, they don't really matter. But the Oreos, like
edition.
the cookies, instead of having the Oreo stamp, they have houses, the sigils for the house.
Nice.
So it's like a dragon. There's like the Targaryen sigil, the Stark sigil. Like it's all things from Game of Thrones on the cookies, which is great, and they were delicious.
I bet they were.
Yes.
Shit.
But yeah, it was my week, man. It was pretty frustrating, but it finished off great. And at the end of it, my brother was there. I love my family. I don't want to help them move
Listen,
again.
man, if you can't fight with your family, you can't fight nobody.
Hire movers. That's my. You know what? That's Dad's lesson for the week. Hire movers.
Hire movers.
If it's expensive, save. Because hiring movers. She's got a big house with a lot of furniture. That's like they were getting quoted like $3,000. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's worth it.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's worth it.
I feel you on that. Well, you know.
How was your week, man?
You know, this is gonna be a little weird, but I don't care. You guys are my family. I can tell you anything.
Yeah, bring it.
You know what really scuffs my Timbs? No, because this is bullshit. I'm a newly single guy.
I'm still flipping on scuffs my Timbs.
And I'm not into multiple partners. So I watch porn. But you know the type of bitches I like, right? BBW.
Yeah.
I like them. Mm-hmm. Why are all my favorite BBW porn stars either A, losing weight, or B, getting breast reductions? What the fuck is going on?
The breast reduction is probably because of the back pain.
No, fuck that. Listen,
fuck you. It's their back.
No, I don't give a shit, man. I go to click on.
Are you gonna pay for her scoliosis treatment?
I only pay to make them bigger. I don't pay for no reduction. Okay. Now, Drake said that. I go to click on one of my favorite ones, and the bitch titties is just shrunk, and I was like, "What the hell is going on here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you fucking up the order?" I was legit pissed off. I had the phone in my hand, dick in the other hand, and I was like, fam, how am I gonna... This is bullshit. So I go to click for another one. This bitch lost mad weight. She ain't even in the BBW category no more. I was like, what is happening to my life right now? So that kind of pissed me off this week. So I'm a little stressed out, on edge, okay? Because I refuse to go back to the old ones because I did that already. All right? I'm not going back. I seen this shit already 20,000 times. I need some new shit from you, but now I can't enjoy it properly because you're not proportioned right.
Meanwhile, if you looked at my bookmarks, it's just all like, yeah, these are the greatest hits. These are the ones I go to when I'm in a pinch. Can't find nothing new.
Exactly. Because I'm over here searching, and I was like, oh, shit, she got a new one. Yup. Click. Let's get ready. And where the titties? What's going on here? Fucking pissed.
Lorraine loses her mind when she looks at my internet history because she's like, so much porn.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at all this porn? I was like, I don't know. Why? I've seen your internet history.
Let's not go there. Nah, you know, Mason's mom used to look at my shit, and she would get pissed off. I'm like, why are you mad? Get mad if I'm looking at skinny bitches. If I'm looking at skinny bitches, that's when you know something is wrong. If they look like you, you're good. I can't, if you're not up and you're not waking up when I wake you up, I got to handle this thing. What the fuck you want me to do?
You know what? I used to do a joke, too. I was like, the first thing you learn as a married man, or as a man who shares a bed with a woman like regularly, the first thing you learn how to do is how to masturbate without shaking the bed.
Yeah.
You show me a man that can jerk it without shaking the bed, I'll show you a man who's been married for at least 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, because it's an art form.
Hey, that's the course. She's like, you do this shit in the bed next to me? Sometimes next to you, sometimes around you, sometimes I'm looking at you and just doing things.
Yeah.
Don't get. It's not awkward. We're married. You chose all this weird shit.
You signed up for this.
Yeah, this is what you signed up for. I didn't. It's not sugarcoated. This was all in the fine print. You should have read it. So yeah, that shit pissed me off. But so today's my last day of counseling.
Oh.
It was a good. It was a good set. It was some good sessions, and I feel a lot better. She asked me. She was like, "Oh, so are you more confident now?" I was like, it was never really a confidence thing. My confidence level was always up there. She's like, on a scale of 1 to 10. I was like, I'm at an 8, 8.5. You know what I mean? I'm not like overly, but I'm there. I'm good. It was more so of a like we talked about the last time, me thinking I can help and I can't.
Yeah.
And me finally realizing it's okay to just not.
Yeah.
It's okay to just not give a shit.
At some point, you have to realize what your limitations are, what you can and can't control, and just work with it.
Yeah, just
it's freeing once you realize that.
Oh, bro, I feel great.
Yeah,
I feel fucking amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's because it's less stress, less worry. Like she would say, "Hey, I'm about to do this," and like, "All right, have fun." You know what would you say?
Yeah.
I don't want you to do it, but you're doing it, so have fun. Make sure you do it to the best of your ability.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So that was cool, and she talked about she tried to ask why. Like, what did you get out of this? I was like, I had to realize that, and I gave her this analogy. See, this phone has a kickstand, right?
Yeah.
Phone got a kickstand. The phone has a kickstand. You know the phone has a kickstand, but instead of you using the kickstand on the phone, you walk around the room, the whole house, trying to find something to prop up your phone with. Not finding anything, finding the wrong things that'll mess up your phone, while knowing that you have this kickstand. I said, I was the kickstand. And it sucks that you know that I'm there and you're still searching for whatever else is around you and you realizing nothing else around you is working. Nothing else is going to do what this kickstand can do. I said, that's how I felt. Now, I don't give a shit. I'm good. So she was like, wow, that's a weird analogy, but it kind of works. I was like, yeah, I just thought of that. I just did.
I'm a poet.
Yeah, I do shit like that sometimes. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. So and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna come back?" I was like, "If I need you, I'll give you a call. You're not cheap, so it'll be. I'll come back to you when I'm really in a fucking pinch." And that was good. That was what I did that day. But now that I'm feeling good about myself, what made me feel even better is I was at McDonald's trying to pick up some disgusting food, and some guy was coming in. And he looked at me. He was like, "Hey, you watch UFC?" I was like, Nah, I don't. You look like that guy from UFC. I was like, "What? What the fuck?" I was like,
"What bantamweight fighter are you talking about?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Who the fuck are you talking
about?" Do they even have a bantamweight in UFC?
He was like Alistair some shit, and he showed me a picture, and the nigga was jacked, and I was like, "You think I look like that?" I was like, "My nigga, thank you, thank you. I'm not even gonna order these chicken nuggets." Or this burger, nor these fries. I'm gonna go to the gym right now. That nigga made me feel so. And it was a dude. He wasn't gay or anything. He was just like, "Yo, you look." I was like, "Nah, stop playing, nigga." I pulled up with chest, and I was like, "You dead ass?"
You know who I get a lot? Any other bald-headed, bearded friend that they have.
Yes. I figured that. Trust me. I forgot. I said something. I was like, "Yeah, I do a show with Jay." He was like, "Jay, is that?" I was like, "He's the big bald-headed dude with the beard." Oh, yeah, you seen him. You've seen him in here before. So yeah, man, that shit had me feeling real good. So nigga, I went to the gym right after that, started pumping some shit. I was good. I ain't had McDonald's since. I ain't
feel
going
bad.
back.
I had McDonald's for lunch.
Yeah, well, fat ass. And then, so should I talk about that? I don't know. I mean, I guess I do feel like I'm ready to start dating.
Okay.
I do feel like I'm ready to get back out there.
Okay.
And, start seeing what the world has to offer. It's just scary.
Yeah.
It's really fucking scary. I don't know. First of all, I don't know where to take anybody. I don't know what considered as a date anymore. These bitches want to go to a whole nother country on a first date. And I was like, movie, dinner.
See, I remember when I was when I broke up with my son's mom, I hadn't been single since I was like 21. So I was like, the last time, and I was like 29. So I was like, the last time I went on a date, job one was to get her drunk enough to confuse me for a good idea.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
If she can mistake me for a good idea, that's all I had. That was my one move.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. So, dating, guys, dating literally means dating. It's not fucking. It's not just dating.
Yeah.
Just going out, having fun. You go home, I go home. That's it. And I just like I said, I don't know who, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I think I'm mentally ready for that.
Good.
To get out there and see what the world got to offer. And hopefully that happens soon. I'll keep you guys updated because like I said, you guys are my family.
Take your time.
I will.
Pace yourself. You don't have to be Mrs. Right tomorrow.
No. But that's really it. And I finally fucking seen Shazam, son.
Yeah.
Shazam is good.
Shazam.
You're right. It felt like a Marvel movie.
Felt like a Marvel movie.
It felt like a child with powers. It didn't like he did it properly. He wasn't grown up. He felt like a little dude that just got powers.
One of my favorite, and we can talk about it now. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
One of my favorite parts. You seen Big?
Yes, I seen Big. Yes.
When he stepped on the keyboard.
Yes, that was dope. I was like,
oh shit.
I was with my daughter and she looked. She's like, "Why are you so excited?" I was like, you don't fucking get it, man. That's from Big. That's from Big.
I was hoping for either that or the genie.
Okay.
The one that granted the wish.
Yeah,
like, I wish I was big. I was hoping for that or one of the two, and I got one of them.
I loved it. That was a good little throwback because they knew that's what we were comparing it to.
Yeah.
So that was dope. I love Mark Strong as the villain. I like the drive. I like how they started with him.
I like him as a villain. Like it felt like a Marvel movie with a better villain.
Exactly. And people don't. And that's a conversation we gotta have another time. But Marvel needs to focus on what they do good. Which is their villains. I mean, not Marvel. DC.
Yeah. No, they do. And Marvel's gotten better with the villains. I'll give you Killmonger was good.
Killmonger.
You had Hela in Thor Ragnarok was good. Thanos, obviously. They are getting better with their villains. You know, we're not getting any more Ultrons. We're not getting any more. What the hell? Who the hell was the guy in Iron Man 2?
Whiplash.
Whiplash. Yeah, like you're getting real. They're starting to get more. They took the feedback. Everybody was saying your villains are weak. All right, well let's do a little more work on the villains. Exactly. Where DC never really had that problem.
Nope.
DC villains have always been pretty
awesome.
good. I think DC has better villains than Marvel anyway.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like just in the comics, just as a whole. Because name five Marvel villains that aren't Doctor Doom or I can't even think of his name now.
Doctor Doom.
Daredevil.
Kingpin.
I couldn't even name him.
Bullseye. Yeah. See, so I'm saying, you're right. So it's not if you don't have Doctor Doom, you don't have Thanos, you don't have Galactus. You have Magneto, who's not really a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't really name a bad guy. I just learned about Thanos in 2012.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But now name me five, and everybody's like, well, you name 5 DC villains that aren't Joker, Penguin. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It's not the same because Joker is still better than any villain in Marvel.
Anyone, Brainiac. Fucking even that I did my research on the motherfucking worm at the end of the post credit.
Oh,
that nigga's crazy.
Yeah.
He's nuts. Black Adam is fucking ridiculous, and they all what's Lobo? He's not a back. I think he's an anti-hero too. Lobo.
Yeah. He's more anti-hero.
He's different. I like all their villains. Batman villains alone will give you a run for your money. Not to mention Reverse Flash and Bizarro and fucking. I'm getting real sweaty now. What's the other motherfuckers? Killer Croc, Killer Frost, Scarecrow. And people need to understand that these villains are toned down for these cartoons.
Yeah.
They're toned way down for these cartoons. They are fucking terrifying.
They're insane.
Villains. Yeah. Like these people don't play, and they have like legit reasons for some of the shit that they do. So I did like Shazam. I like the little surprise at the end where all of them got the powers. Spoiler again.
Yeah.
I'd like to see making good in one of these type of movies. That's dope. I hope she continues in it.
Who's making good?
Megan Good's the black girl, the little girl that grew to the big black girl.
Yes.
That was making good. I love the fucking stepbrother or the stepbrother, I guess, foster brother.
Yeah.
Eddie. He was dope. I didn't realize that he was. I forgot what he was in, but he was in another show that I really liked him in. All in all, the whole cast did great. And I think I might be seeing that shit again. I have to because I only took one kid to see it, so I gotta take the rest.
Yeah.
Like I gotta go see Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, again. Shazam is the first DC movie that I want to watch again.
Yeah. Like I want to watch it again. Not my son. Hey, put on Aquaman for the 50th time.
I shouldn't say first DC movie, first DCEU movie, because the Dark Knight movies are
I still watch Dark
good
Knight.
too. Yeah,
this shit is on Netflix now. But I was excited to see that, so I might want to check it out again. I didn't care for the scene when he came to lunch. the ending credits.
Oh yeah.
It was cool, and I see why it would tie in. They wanted to get Henry Cavill, but it was up in the air if he was there or not.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, but you can tell it was him because of the costume.
Yeah.
So that was dope, and I like that. And of course, what kid? If I was that age and my best friend was like, "Yo, come to my lunch and I could do this," yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. I have to. That's dope.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that entire movie. I don't want to spoil everything because it is something that you definitely want to watch. The only thing I didn't like, the first kid, Mark Strong's as a kid.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear what they were saying to him to make him reach for it, because to us he was just reaching for it and nothing. They didn't tell us what was being said to him by the seven sins. It didn't. It was just him reaching for the ball.
Wait, no, because I remember hearing.
You didn't hear him until you heard them talk before and after, not during.
Oh, but not while he was reaching. You're right. You're right.
So to me, it was like, all right, what the fuck? What were they saying? Because there's a lot of things that they could say to me that would make me want to reach for their shit too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I wanted to get that. I feel like that was like a mistake.
Kind of underdeveloped.
Yeah, they should have did that part so I could be more like, because we saw he was being mistreated by his dad. He wasn't good enough. Nothing was good enough for his dad.
Yeah.
His brother was a dick. And it's even when he got sent back. He was like, I fucking saw it. And then the dad, wasn't able to walk again. This is your fault, and blase blue. I wanted to hear what was being said.
Yeah.
And when Billy Batson came, they weren't there. So who knows what would have been said to him? You know what I mean? Like, find your mom. And fuck, that whole mom
Yo,
shit.
I started crying. That's what got me crying.
Yeah, I teared up because he been searching for her. From his point of view, everything was nice. And then when it showed it from her point of view, I was like, fuck. She left him, because it was weird that she never looked for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he's been searching. He has written down addresses in the book and all of that. Only a white kid can do that with a cop car and not get arrested. Just to fucking say that. But yeah, man, that shit fucked me up. Because she didn't want him.
Yeah,
she didn't want him.
That hurt. That hit home for me too, because my whole relationship with my mom is on a whole other level too. But that was the first time I cried at a DCEU movie. I was like, man, that hit me right in the feels.
I like that.
Oh, and that's when I was like, this feels like a Marvel movie, because same thing happened to me in Black Panther.
Yep.
Like when and it wasn't like at the very end where that kid was like, what's that? And it was the first time you could tell it was the first time that kid had hope.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah, even fucking, and that's what in Black Panther again. That's what did that scene with Killmonger and his dad in the fucking spiritual plane.
Yeah,
that shit fucked me up.
Yeah,
because he felt like everything was taken from him. That's why he turned out the way he turned. So yeah, I like that. I like everything about it except for that first part. It was funny. It had me crying.
And it was kind of dark too.
It was dark.
Like where that one lady, that first lady, when they were talking to the people over Skype, and she followed Mark Strong into his office.
Yeah.
And she touched the door, and she like screamed, like that was scary.
That was dark.
That was really like, she's like, ah! And she like burned away.
Yeah.
I was like, that Marvel won't do that. That's
right before she blew away like a fart. Me and my daughter, without even looking at each other, like this. It was like, she got caught in the snap. So
I said it too.
Yeah. So I like that. So again, guys, definitely go check out Shazam. It is definitely dope. I wanna see it again. Now, what we got? So we got some movie news. Definitely got some things to talk about. A lot happened, I guess, over the weekend. I didn't even know that Star Wars Celebration was gonna be a thing in April.
I didn't either.
I thought May the 4th would have been, when we would have got all this shit. And I think, but you know what? I should have thought about it, because they have to drop a trailer before Endgame so it can play.
I mean, we were just talking about it last week.
Yeah,
we were like, it's not going to be till afterwards. Literally 3 days later.
Yeah, right? So what did you... Okay, so they had the big talk. We're going to talk about the trailer and all that after. They had the big talk, the big showing. They showed footage of the Star Wars Episode 9. They also showed The Mandalorian for Disney+.
Yes.
So that was dope. They also advised that there's going to be a final season for Clone Wars going straight to Disney+, which is dope.
Right.
And I don't know. It kind of renewed my excitement for Star Wars. But what did it do for you? Like it was a lot that happened.
So I hate to say it, man, but I loved Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was one of the best Star Wars movies that we've had. Mm-hmm. I was all right with Force Awakens. It was cool. It was nice to see everything come back, but I was still kind of like, I still wanted more out of it.
Right.
Then The Last Jedi came out. And I liked it at first, but the more I thought about it, like I
it.
still can't watch it again.
Yeah.
Like is that whole scene where they were on the casino planet where I'm like, why is this in the movie?
Canto bite.
Like, yeah,
So weird.
That was like 20 minutes spent on that planet when it could have been 5.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been 5. And I was just like, why? And I'll start rewatching it, but once it gets there, I'm done. Yeah. I have to stop it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. So, and then Solo.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know what?
And
I'm starting to feel like this is Disney's crux. Like every studio has something that they can't get right. Warner Brothers makes amazing movies.
Yep.
Warner Brothers catalog is fantastic, but they can't get up until Shazam. They could not get the DCEU right. No matter what they tried, no matter which way they went, they couldn't get it right. Fox has amazing movies. And almost everything they've ever done is a hit. They can't get Fantastic Four right. They could not do it.
Can't do it.
I think Disney, they do amazing movies. Everything is fantastic. There's nothing on Disney I don't like. I think Star Wars might be that one thing that they just can't nail down.
Really?
For whatever reason. Because, like I said, Force Awakens was cool, but it was like, oh, it's another Death Star.
Yeah.
And it's another Darth Vader. Like, there's nothing really original here, except for the fact that we're seeing it again. But I gave it some benefit of the doubt because, you know, even with the whole, you know, like, oh, Solo's his father. It's like, it's Darth Vader and Luke again. Like, I felt like there was some, I gave it the benefit of the doubt because you got to get a brand new audience on and you want to give them the same emotional cues. But at the same time, it's like, it's still the same. Like, I've seen this movie before. It's not really anything that original. Then, so I'm like, I didn't see myself getting very excited for episode 9. I'm like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to watch it, but I'm honestly not even that excited for it. And then this teaser dropped.
Yes.
And at first, I was like, all right. I do like how it starts off the exact same way as the trailer for Force Awakens.
Yes.
With deep breathing and then white person dressed in white in a desert. So it seems like it's coming full circle to episode 7. I all right, I dig that imagery. That's cool. And then for whatever reason, there's a spaceship coming at her. She pulls out a lightsaber and she turns around for whatever reason and starts running away. And you know, there's some acrobatics. I'm like, all right, that's a little much, but fine.
Action, yeah.
You see, Billy D. Williams is back. That was nice to see. It was a good teaser. I'm like, all right, it's cool. All right. I'm still not that excited for it. And then the laugh. And then they threw in fucking laugh.
Yep. And
I'm like, you did it.
That's
what
got everybody.
Yeah. Palpatine's back.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait, and because he says it too, like Luke's, you know, doing the voiceover, and it says, what was it?
He says, no one ever
really goes away.
Yeah.
And then it
took me a minute to
it's Palpatine's laugh. I was like,
I had to watch it a second time, and I was like, what the fuck? But then it was confirmed right after because when they showed it at the celebration, he came out and it played that one again.
Yeah.
And everybody lost their shit. But I was like, all right, so I'm with you. Force Awakens was great. And mind you, this is coming from a person that watched all 6 movies the September before Force Awakens came out.
Right, yeah, because you got into it a little bit.
So I was hyped. I was like, all right, Force Awakens, I saw it, loved every minute of it. Cool. Saw Rogue One, fucking blew me away. I was like, oh, God, this is going to be great. Last Jedi comes out, liked it the day, because we came straight from seeing it to the studio to record an episode.
Yeah.
Loved it. Because if you go back and listen to that episode, we were on a fucking high. Like, oh, my God, it's great. Everything is great. Everything is good.
We also were the same way for Justice League.
Yeah, we were.
And then the further we got from it was like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought it was. I think it was just more that excitement of seeing it.
Yeah. And now I know to not review shit until a couple days later.
Yeah, gotta give yourself some breathing room.
Yeah. So now, Last Jedi comes out. We loved it. And then we start thinking about it and watching it more and realize that this was a big fuck you to everybody. That's what I felt.
Yeah.
It was a big fuck you and all your thoughts. No, she doesn't have any parents. Her parents is nobody.
Yeah.
Fuck Snoke. Oh, you thought he was big? He's fucking dead. Who else? The Canto Bite shit. Well, we're gonna introduce a whole new world. Nobody liked that shit. Nobody liked Canto Bite. And then to top it all off, you know, fucking Luke blows away like a fart at the end. Snap. And then we are left now with a little force grabbing broom kid at the end, and we're like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
So the more I watched it, the more removed I'm like, I don't fucking like this shit. I don't like anything that they did. The whole theme of episode 8 was to forget the past, let the past die. Fuck the past. We're going in the future. Kylo Ren smashes his friggin' helmet. This is it. This is get used to this. This is what it's gonna be. So while I do love this trailer, it's now...
It's not even a trailer. Let's specify. It's definitely a teaser.
Yeah, definitely a teaser. Now it seems as though it's undoing everything it's done in episode 8.
See, and that's... so you get Rian Johnson that directed episode 8, and then J.J. Abrams, who did Force Awakens, is coming back with this one. So... I don't dislike Rian Johnson for doing Star Wars. Like the problem I don't think was Rian Johnson. I think it was I think he did the best job because he didn't write the movie.
Right.
He directed it, but there were writers. And obviously the director's involved with the creative process. But I don't dislike what he did with the movie. I just didn't like the movie. You know what I mean? It's not like one of those like I'll never watch another Rian Johnson movie again.
No.
Like even when they announced, I'm still excited to see what Rian Johnson comes up with for his own trilogy.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, I'm with that.
I liked The Last Jedi. I just didn't like it as a Star Wars movie.
It should have been part of whatever trilogy he's gonna do because it didn't fit anything. Like, listen, you're not gonna sit there and tell me this little fucking Force bitch came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Who the hell is her parents? I need to know that. I need to know who the fuck is Snoke. He has some fucking history on his face.
Yeah.
He's been there. I need more on him. Yeah. And to just fucking say everything is dead, come on, man. So that was a big fuck you to us. And now this is undoing everything that has done. You see him piecing together back his helmet. You see, the fucking lightsaber is back together. That shit broke.
Yeah.
Now it's back together. You have it back.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What's happening? I'm confused. I'm excited because I want... No, it's not even that I'm excited. I'm invested. So I gotta go fucking see what the hell just happened.
Yeah.
But honestly, if all the past is supposed to die, then that laugh at the end, while it made everybody excited, pissed me off. Pissed me off. What the fuck is this now? Y'all can't find nobody else?
See, okay, so that's another part. That's another thing that got me worried. Like I love Palpatine. I loved what was going on. I liked hearing his laugh, but also I've seen this movie before.
I've seen him in 6 movies.
Yeah.
I want Snoke.
I want something new. It's so big is the FU to anything new. They even have the Death Star. Remnants of the Death Star.
It's remnants of the Death Star.
We're all coming back. And I get it that this is supposed to circle back to, Rise of Skywalker. It sets it up. Like, so now that I see it's Rise of Skywalker, I'm expecting it to circle back to a lot of things.
Right.
That's the expectation there. It's just, I know I said it, and I'm going to eat my words. I don't care. I'll eat my words. I'm big enough. Mm-hmm. I said it at first when they first announced that Rian Johnson was going to direct the Star Wars movies and that they were going to get different directors for each one. I said, I like that idea because I like that they're giving a little bit of creative difference. But being removed from it, looking at the original trilogy, looking at The Force Awakens, and then that was J.J. Abrams, and then Rian Johnson's, and now we're going back to J.J. Abrams. I think for something like this, for the MCU, yeah, get different directors for each movie because they're doing different characters, but keep that same director for those same characters.
Right.
Like you have the Russo brothers that did Captain America: Civil War. Mm-hmm. They not even Civil War. They did Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier.
They did Captain America: Civil War, and then they're doing both Infinity War, both Avengers: Infinity War and Endgame. Mm-hmm. So there's still, and even though the individual the solo movies have different directors, there's still some continuity. Because it's like James Gunn.
James Gunn
is doing all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
They all oversee each other.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's more collaborative as opposed to, all right, let's give this to someone else. And I think with Star Wars, I am going to eat my words. I think they should have kept it with J.J. Abrams. It's one, and I get it. J.J. Abrams didn't want to do 3 consecutive Star Wars movies. I get where, as a creator, that gets kind of mundane to dedicate that much time to one thing when you want to do a lot of other things. Even the Russo brothers have said this is probably going to be their last MCU movie.
And that's fine.
And that's cool. They put in their time. They did their thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think if Star Wars, when Disney came and started doing Star Wars, they needed to keep the same director for the 3 movies because there needs to be some continuity. You want to have different directors to do the offshoots, the saga movies?
Absolutely.
By all means, do it because those are, those can be individual movies. But when it comes to the big main show, you need some continuity with the direction.
Exactly.
And I think they lost that with The Last Jedi. Nothing against Rian Johnson. I think he did a good job for what he had.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if you're gonna tell a story over 3 movies, you need to have the same storyteller for those 3 movies.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just we're seeing it now. We see they tried to do it the other way, and work out.
And it shows. Like I said, standalone movie, Last Jedi. All right, fine, but that shit doesn't fit in with what just happened.
Yeah.
Don't do all this fucking build up.
You
for
can't
this girl.
retcon an entire movie.
Yeah, don't do all this build up for fucking Snoke. Don't do all this build up for Rey, and then no payoff.
Yeah.
And even if The Last Jedi wasn't gonna pay it off, don't just abruptly stop it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if we were still wondering until this episode. Then cool. Keep me.
Look, I waited
alone.
8 years to find out what goes on in Game of Thrones. I can wait 6 years to find out what happens in the movies.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's it. But with them, like I said, so that laugh, I was like, fuck all of this.
I mean, I'm happy to see. I'm excited to see Palpatine back just because I want to see it. But I don't know that it's gonna enhance how much I like the movie. I think it's just like I'm excited to see him, but I don't want to see him in this movie.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I'm at. Like I want to see something new.
Exactly.
Show me something new. I even said if I get another fucking Death Star in any of these movies, I'm gonna lose my shit. Not only am I getting another Death Star, I'm getting the original Death Star from the looks of it.
Yeah, you are. So that, I'm going to see it. That's me and my daughter's thing. We're going to be there opening night like we always are. I'm probably going to buy my tickets early like I did for Endgame twice.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But
what else am I going to watch on Christmas?
Exactly. And that's it. So I need more. It got me. What got me excited was the TV shows that they have that's coming out. I'm cool with that. I want the universe to be more expanded because like you said, same Death Star, same Palpatine, same this, same that. What would you do? Like, not necessarily you specifically, but what would you want to see differently?
Like, I get that we're gonna get the same characters and that it's a continuation
Skywalker
from
story.
Yeah, it's a Skywalker story and it's a continuation from Return of the Jedi. So you are gonna see some same elements. There's gonna be reference to the Death Star. There's gonna be reference to Darth Vader. There's gonna be reference to Palpatine because that was a big fucking deal. Like that was a big thing. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna continue that story, you can't tell that story without referencing what happened in the past.
Absolutely.
So I'm fine with that. But when the whole theme of the 3 movies it's just circling back to the same thing over and over, and it's the same plot. It's the same. It's the same points. It's the same beats. It's like I've seen this movie before. Mm-hmm. You can reference back to it by all means. I want you to reference back to it. Makes me feel good to see those Easter eggs. Yeah. But I still need a different movie. Mm-hmm. All right, show me the old stuff, but show me a new thing.
There we go. Show me your new thing.
Show me the money.
Yeah, listen, folks. I'm sorry we went off on this damn tangent, but I
don't even know what segment we're on anymore.
Yeah, because we jumped around a little bit.
I need an adult help. We're doing trailers.
We are doing trailers. So that was the Star Wars, and I guess a little bit of the Mandalorian. Mandalorian was different.
Yeah, it was more. I don't know. It was so much of a trailer as much as it was a behind the scenes like look at it.
Just showed you the director. So what's her name? Bryce Dallas Howard.
Directed, yeah.
She directed an episode of The Mandalorian along with Jon Favreau and Taika Waititi. So I'm excited to see that, and that's those episodic shows like an actual TV show.
Yeah, you can have different directors for those shows. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's fine.
You can definitely do that. I'm starting to think that they wrote into all these directors' contracts that you're going to do an episode on one of these shows.
What I like, especially like Game of Thrones is famous for doing that too. Like they have different directors doing the different episodes, but they have the directors coming back So it's like, oh, like, you know, don't ask me names now because I can't think of any off the top of my head. But like this one director does all the big battle episodes.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's fun. So when I know that that's his episode coming up, I know it's going to be a big battle.
Nice.
So I'm happy to see that. And then when there's other directors that I'm like, okay, this is going to be like a big emotional plot. Like this is going to be a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of buildup. And this director does those episodes really well. So it's different directors, but it's the same group of, it's kind of like a collective.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So I'm fine with that for a TV show. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm fine with that for writers when it comes to a movie. But I have a hard time when it's like it's one story spread out through 3 movies. It needs the same director.
Yeah,
you need to have
and
need to have the same person calling the shots.
You know what I think too. Just to go back to Marvel real quick, I think that's what they realized with the whole Guardians of the Galaxy shit. They need to have the director on all 3.
I'm telling you, the plan was always to have James Gunn do it.
Yeah.
He was just going to step into the DC EU in order for them to have a crossover event.
Unite the 2.
And then Disney's going to buy Warner Brothers.
Yo, if that happens, they will never let that happen.
I don't know that law antitrust laws would allow that to be honest.
They would never let that
because
happen.
WB also owns CW, so that's another network.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know that legally they could, but I mean, I'm pretty sure if somebody asked this, because you know, like Disney's their big goal is to get movies for the streaming service.
Yep.
Warner Brothers been around a long damn time. A lot of movies, a lot of classic movies under the Warner Brothers.
Classic cartoons.
Yeah.
So, shit.
And a lot of things that would work well with Disney. Animaniacs is a Warner Brothers cartoon, and that would go well with Disney. I think that fits in really well.
Yeah.
There's. I'm pretty sure if there was an offer for Disney to buy Warner Brothers, that would happen like tomorrow. They put the offer up. Now, whether or not they're allowed to is a whole different story.
Yeah,
but I promise you, they want to.
They're gonna try. Absolutely. Let's get into some outside of Star Wars and Disney. Nope, no, we're not.
No, we're not getting outside of Disney.
No, we're not. Well, you know what? Adam's Family is not Disney.
Well, no, let's do the other one because we're gonna have to come back to Disney anyway.
That makes sense. So we talking about Lion King?
Roar.
Really, dude?
I've been working on my roar.
I've been working on my. Oh, you're such a dork. You look like a fucking lion. Lion King, man.
Yes.
July.
It's not a live action movie.
It's not. First, yeah.
Unpopular opinion time.
Not a live action movie.
It's still animated.
CGI.
It's just better animation.
Yeah, that's all. That's all it is. Now,
pizza and hot dogs are sandwiches.
Yo, what? Did you post that the other day?
Yeah, unpopular opinion. Yeah, The Lion King is not The Lion King is not live action.
No.
Pizza and hot dogs are sandwiches. Your life is a lie.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty fucking much. No, man. I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for it. I want to hear the music that comes out of this movie. We all know and love it.
Yeah.
But again, Donald Glover and fucking Beyonce they have to be a part of the soundtrack.
Yeah, they have
that
to.
shit's coming. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to relive all of that shit from my childhood. Not so much the Mufasa dying in HD.
No.
I can't. I'm not prepared for that right now. But dude, what did you think about this trailer?
I liked it, man. I think it's almost shot for shot.
Yeah.
Like the animated version. Yeah. But Jon Favreau did this too.
Mm-hmm.
So he also did The Jungle Book. And The Jungle Book, I remember the trailer of The Jungle Book was like, man, this is almost a shot-for-shot remake of the cartoon.
Yeah.
But then you watch it and it wasn't.
Right.
There was a lot of new things and there was a lot of differences that kept you engaged because it's boring to watch the same movie again.
Exactly.
Shot for shot like that. Beauty and the Beast was the same way. A lot of things were shot for shot.
That was shot for shot.
But there were a lot of differences in it too, enough to make it like, oh, okay, I do have to pay attention because there's a little bit of difference.
Right.
So it's good to like, you get that nostalgia, but you still get a little bit of something new to keep you engaged because otherwise it gets it gets redundant. Absolutely. And I think I'm pretty sure Lion King is going to be the same way. The trailer looks shot for shot like the same thing, and I think it needs to get everybody in. But then when you watch the movie, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of differences, or maybe not a lot, but again enough to keep you engaged and to keep you from getting bored. I think it's a great year for these because it's going to be Lion King and Aladdin.
Yeah.
And those are my 2 favorite Disney movies.
I think Maleficent's coming out. Maybe not this year.
I think there is another one coming out. Yeah,
coming out. Listen to like around Halloween time.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I'm digging it.
Those were my 2 favorite Disney cartoons growing up. Were Aladdin and Lion King, and I'm getting both of those this year.
Yes,
so I'm happy.
Yes, I'm excited.
Disney's getting all my money this year between Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
They already got my money for Captain Marvel.
Yes, they did.
They're getting my money for Spider-Man: Far From Home. They're getting my money for Toy Story 4.
Yes. Oh shit.
They're getting my money for Lion King and Aladdin. They're getting my money for Star Wars Episode 9.
Yep.
I mean,
And Disney Plus November.
yeah, and Disney Plus. Yeah, I'm probably gonna subscribe to that.
I'm doing it. I'm
So
playing the whole
Disney's
70.
getting all my paycheck.
Yeah, yeah. And that's what they're doing it for. Now, yeah, I'm excited for it. And you're right. I don't think
I will not go to the park though.
fucking Mason is
No, it's way too damn expensive.
He's aware of it now.
Oh, well,
So like
yeah.
it's a thing.
Yeah.
No, my friend just said he went to this place called Hollywood Studios and he rode a ride. I was like, fuck you and this little friend of yours.
Why does his friend have crappy parents? Who takes a kid to Hollywood Studios? No kid wants to go to that.
I'm fucking going, nigga. That's why I'm taking. This shit's the cheapest one. That's why he went.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
see?
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
that's the cheapest one.
That Florida discount comes in handy.
Exactly. Now for Lion King, I'm excited for it. And you're like I said, you're right. I think they're drawing all this in with all the nostalgia like that. The fucking what is it? Hakuna Matata song at the end.
Oh yeah, in the jungle.
In the jungle.
The lion sleeps tonight. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to see that. And Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen as those two, Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
I'm all the way with that shit. But right, they have to show us that old school shit so they can bring us in and then hit us in the face with whatever new shit that they got.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. Like the same thing for Aladdin. They gotta bring us in with all that old stuff. Ain't no friend like, oh, you never had a friend like me. They gotta play that shit.
Yeah.
Whole new world. They gotta play that shit.
Yeah, but then it's Will Smith as Genie. So right off the bat, you know there's going to be a lot of differences.
A lot of differences.
And that one has to be because if you do shot for shot and it's trying to be Robin Williams, you can't do. Unless Robin Williams is playing the live action Genie, then you don't need to be trying to remake Robin Williams.
Exactly. And I better see In Love and Memory.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for Lion King. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and check that out. July 19th, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
And that's crazy because I was 6 when the original came out. My son is 6 when this one is coming out. It's all full circle. It's a circle of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what I
Sabenya. Mamma mia, si vamos. I can make puns too.
A little bit. So yeah, man, that's our take on that. Like I said, I'll be there opening night for that. That might be another one we have to fucking buy tickets for early because
It's gonna sell out.
Disney
is setting records with pre-sales, man.
It's gonna sell out because that you got the people like me who grew up on this shit is definitely going back to see it.
Yeah.
Then you got the little kids. My son loves the original. He's seen it. I have a video somewhere of him singing "I Can't Wait to Be King," and this is the cutest shit ever because he was like 3. So I got a video of that. He's down for it. And my kids, it's for generations, and they're smart. They're doing this shit for a reason.
Yeah.
They know that we're gonna get the back people, we're gonna get the new people, we're gonna get everybody.
The thing is, when it comes to and now we're going into like marketing and research and stuff. The older millennials, like like us that have been, were born in like the early '80s.
Yeah.
Nostalgia sells for us.
Yeah, it does.
Like nostalgia, millennials gravitate more towards nostalgia. And look at just because look at what's come up since I was born in 1983. So you look at where we were in 1983 compared to now, 35 years later, or 36 years later rather, and how far technology's come, how far television has come, it's just where we were in the 80s compared to now. Us, especially the older millennials, again, because the younger ones not so much, because they had the internet when they were growing up. Exactly. I didn't have the internet until I was a teenager.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean? So I remember the simpler times. I remember when we didn't have cell phones. I remember when we didn't have pagers. I remember where if you wanted to have fun, you needed to go play outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now seeing all these things from my childhood, it really is. Nostalgia sells for us as a generation. That's the best thing you can do to market anything to millennials is attribute some sort of nostalgia to it. Child's Play is all nostalgia, and the fact that it's a My Buddy doll, I mean, that's just even better.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's all about making memories come back.
Yeah, I've noticed that for the first time when Jurassic World hit. The first one.
Yeah.
That shit was I went, normal on the opening day. I was like, yo, let me get 2. Oh, it's sold out. I was like, for the rest of the day, like, yeah, it's sold out. I was like, the fuck? The end of that weekend, that shit made $204
Which one was
million. Jurassic World, the first one. And I was like, damn. Because I love Jurassic Park. 1, 2, and then 3. Yeah. But I was like, oh my God, they're doing it again. I gotta go back. I gotta see this. I gotta see all the dinosaurs. What kid didn't love dinosaurs? And that's when I noticed, this nostalgia shit is real. It's real. So I'm all the way with it. So I'm like I said, Lion King, I gotta get my tickets early. Aladdin probably gotta get my tickets early. It's probably already on sale. What do you think about this next one? How this is gonna do? Because this is definitely bringing something back from way back in the day to newer generations. Yep, snapping all day. 2 snaps. Addams Family animated this time. released a trailer. And did it bring it back for you? Did it bring it back the old feelings?
So there's a lot going on with this trailer for the new Addams Family. Oscar Isaac playing Gomez, which is great. So we've had several different iterations of Addams Family. There was a old school. Well, first, it was a comic strip.
Yes,
I believe Charles Addams was his name. Came up with a comic strip, and it was like a one panel, kind of like the New Yorker, kind of like Bizarro, where it's just a one panel comic strip. And it graduated from there. You had the black and white TV show in the 60s. Yep. Then you had a Saturday morning cartoon in the 90s.
I remember that.
And then you had the movies that also came out in the 90s with Raul Julia as Gomez.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. And now you're having this. And it's cool because you can see that they are taking influence from all the other Addams families that came out before it. Yep. Like Gomez in this one. Gomez was always kind of, he wasn't portly. Like, he wasn't short and fat. Yeah, you know what I mean? But he was in the original comic. So that's where you're getting his design from. But then when you listen to his voice, when you listen to Oscar Isaac, he's doing the Raul Julia version of it. He was. Because if you watch the TV show version and then the cartoon version from the 90s, Gomez, he's American.
Right.
He doesn't have a Spanish accent, even though his name's Gomez. He's an American. He's like, hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Big smile, big goofy grin, which is great. And I love that version of Gomez too. But Raul Julia is my favorite Gomez.
Yeah,
Festa, we danced the babushka, and to hear Oscar Isaac, it's like the original comic strip version of Gomez with the Raul Julia voice.
Yes.
I love that. And then you have like Fester is straight out of the cartoon and the comic book. Or the comic strip, rather. And so it's nice to see that they are taking these little pieces of Addams Family and bringing it all together for this one. I really like it.
I like it.
I really like the way it looks. I like the humor in it. I like that they got Wednesday and Pugsley.
Yes.
Just
Wednesday
killing
has
it.
fucking nooses as pigtails.
Yeah.
You see that? That shit was dope. That shit was hilarious.
There's so much little things that are in this. Thing, Lurch, and like everyone's in it. And I'm excited. I'm totally excited for this. There's a reason that they haven't brought back the Munsters, and that's because Addams Family is better.
Yeah, I second that. I didn't like the Munsters. Was not a fan.
I was cool with it. I just like if you gave me the choice to watch that and Addams Family, I went with Addams Family every time.
I made the mistake of watching the Munsters one time, and I was, what the fuck is this? This is not the Addams Family. I was like, oh, it's not.
Yeah. Oh no, it's not the Addams Family. You're right.
But I like how nostalgia is gonna play a big part in this because this is something I grew up on as well. The 90s cartoons especially, and then the two movies that came out, those were I actually watched the other one the other day with what's the Christina Ricci. Wednesday. So I like that one.
We got Annabelle into them. We got her to watch the movies, and she loved them. She was like, I don't want because she's a kid. Yeah, I don't want to watch it. It looks dumb. And then we watched it, and she's like, this movie was really good.
That's every movie I introduced to Mason ever. Every single movie.
It's every movie you ever introduced to a kid. My son, I made him watch Roger Rabbit. I forced him to sit down and watch Roger Rabbit. You know what he said as soon as it was done? Can we watch that again?
Yeah.
We watched it like 3 times that same day.
We gotta just sit your ass down and watch the shit.
Sit down and watch it and trust me.
Exactly. Have I ever steered you wrong? No. God damn it. But yeah, I like how they're bringing it back for a new generation. They did that with, doing that with this, doing that with the Grinch. The Grinch seems to come out with every generation because we had the Jim Carrey
There's
one.
always a new Grinch.
Yeah, always a new Grinch. And the new Grinch, I don't even think we ever talked about it, but that shit was amazing.
I never watched it, but I heard it was really good.
It's really good. So I love, yeah, you're right. We always complain about, there's nothing new and nothing original. But then when fucking Addams Family, fucking Lion King, and Star Wars come out, we're rushing to go see that shit.
But you know what? They are, I have noticed there is a push to get some originality back. Even with, what is it, Brightbox?
Brightburn.
Mm-hmm. It's Superman, but it's a new take on Superman. Mm-hmm. So I dig that. That's a nice little, I'll call that a happy medium.
Right.
And then, but there are some other original things that are coming out. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
And
Dumbo, that's the other live action Disney we forgot about this year.
Oh yeah, I just found out my son wants to watch that shit.
Yeah?
I gotta take him to see it because he loves animals. I keep forgetting that. Horror and animals. He doesn't give a shit about humans, but you kill a fucking dog in a movie and he is bawling.
Oh man.
Fucking what movie? Shiloh or something? I'm not sure. And he watched it and he came in my room fucking crying. I was like, what's wrong with you? They just killed a dog, Dad. I was like, nigga, what? What the fuck is wrong with you? Get out of here. So yeah, I gotta figure out to take him to see Dumbo, another movie that Disney's gonna get my money for. They're gonna get my money for everything they put in theaters this year.
Yeah, Disney's not playing around.
I think that's what
Disney might as well put a gun in your hand and say, give me your wallet.
Yeah.
And I give it to them. I was like, hey, you can put the gun away.
Yeah, the whole
Here
thing.
you go,
Yeah,
sir.
put that away. Here's the card. The pin is this.
Yeah.
This is my zip code.
Hey, you know what? Take my social security too.
Yeah,
you might need that.
Yeah, you're gonna need it. Thumbprints, all that. I'm cool. Don't worry about it.
Here, give me that piece of tape. I'm gonna put my thumbprint right on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good trailers. Definitely good stuff. Disney, again, gonna get all our money, so we're fine. Just take it. I'm
Yes.
cool. What I do want to do is something that we haven't done in a couple of episodes.
What's that?
8 tracking.
We talking about music?
Talking about music.
We talk about music on the show?
Yes.
I forgot.
We need to. And this is a little different. We're trying to move. Not trying to move away, but sometimes it's other songs we want to hear than track 8.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. We don't even know what track these songs are.
I have no idea.
No idea. But I just asked Jay and people on the internet, hey, what exactly are you listening to right now?
Yeah.
Jay, what are you listening to right now?
Dude, I've had this song on my loop. So I forgot to bring this up. I actually went to Universal Studios last week.
Oh, my nigga, that's a big part of your week.
Yeah, went to Universal
I
Studios
seen
last
that
week
little
Thursday.
fuck.
So I went with work because there was a thing we did at work, and so work treated us to a day at Universal. I've never been, I had not been.
Damn.
So it's Universal Studios Orlando and Islands of Adventure. The last time I went to Islands of Adventure was about 20 years ago.
Wow.
Because I'm 36 now. I was 16. Islands of Adventure had just opened the last time I went there. The last time I went to Universal Studios, like the other side of it, I was 8. So it's been almost 30 years since I've been to Universal. Like the Simpsons ride used to be Back to the Future. You know what I mean? Like,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
so that the last time I was there, it was still Back to the Future. Beetlejuice had the review, and it was like the Ghostbusters parade. None of that exists anymore. Wow. So
No.
that's the last time I've been there. And I have never been to a theme park by myself. Anytime I go to a theme park, anytime I've ever been to a theme park, I've always had family, like whether it's siblings. I've always had my kids. I've always had my significant other. I've never just spent a J day at a theme park.
J-day, I
Yeah,
like
I've
that.
never spent a day. So that was nice. It wasn't long. It was like the first part of the morning I was by myself. Then we met up as a group to take like a group picture, and I ended up hanging out with some people from work for the rest of the day. Okay. But it was kind of nice to just be there. In the morning, I just had my earbuds in. I'm waiting in line for rides, and I'm just kind of doing my thing for a little while. And that was nice. I need to do that more often and just give myself a day.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But while I was there, I had my earbuds in. I was just listening to random playlists. Okay. And this song has been in my head on a loop to the point where, like, over the weekend, Lorraine was asking me, like, is something wrong with you? I'm like, no. In fact, if you knew what was going through my head, you'd probably be a little disappointed. She's like, why? I'm like, it's just the same Bob Seger song on a loop over and over and over and over again. And that song by Bob Seger is Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. It's off his, I think it's his first major release. It's the title track off of the album. It came out in 1969. Bob Seger, you know, I come from great, you know, my dad is Colombian, we all know this, but my mom's side of the family is fantastic white trash style. So a lot of Bob Seger is discussed growing up, but I never got into Seger. Not aside from old, I like that old
time
rock and roll. Yeah. From Risky Business. That was really the only Bob Seger song I knew. There's a couple other songs that I know of that I didn't realize were Bob Seger until this, but I heard this song and I was like, I didn't know Seger sounded like this. Mm-hmm. And I've been listening to this song on a repeat like for the last week almost.
I like it.
Yeah. You know, and looking back, because now I'm at an age now where I can appreciate this kind of music, and I'm like, I need to understand Seger. Okay. Like I like way too much of like blues rock to not understand Bob Seger. And you come to find out, when he first came out, this was his style. Because I know him for like the Night Watch. Mm-hmm. You know, like he has a lot more slower songs, and that's what he's more famous for. And you know, looking into it, he evolved from that, and his voice, like the song's good, but his voice isn't that great. He's not really cut out
to make
like his voice. Yeah. He doesn't have that much soul in his voice. Gotcha. He likes the music. The lyrics are good. It's just the commitment isn't there in his voice. You know what I mean? But then when you go into like his slower songs, he has the perfect voice for that stuff. So it makes sense that that's where he gravitated towards over the course of his career. It's kind of like Fleetwood Mac. Before Stevie Nicks, they were an old school blues band, and they evolved into what they are now. So it's kind of cool hearing what Bob Seger sounded like at first compared to what I know him for now. Mm-hmm. I've been having a blast listening to this song and a lot of old Seger. Like it's just been really. I'm really exploring the white trash side of myself.
Jesus Christ. So like that's what I was gonna ask you too before when we was doing pre-production. Like what makes you go searching for different things to listen to? You just get bored with what you got or what?
No, you know what? So I love Spotify, man, because Spotify they take. They're not sponsoring us, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that. But they do host our podcast. So thanks for putting this up on your platform. But no, Spotify does a really good job about recommending music for you based on your listening habits. So there's like those made for you playlists where it's like okay, and you look at it's like 6 of them on my account, and all 6 of them are different genres. I got country, not country, but bluegrass, old rock, newer rock, hip hop. And blues and jazz, and because Lorraine listens to my account sometimes, I have a ska playlist for some reason. But then I have a punk rock playlist, and it's all made for me. So every now and then I'll just go listen to them. A lot of the songs are songs that I have saved already, but then every now and then they'll throw a new one on there. And this was one of those songs that I had never heard before, but it was on one of those made for you playlists. I'm like, I need to go listen to this. And that's kind of how I find a lot of either new or read or discover a lot of old music that I'd never been exposed to. And that's kind of what got me into this. It's not that I'm bored with what I'm listening to. It's just I trust Spotify enough to recommend new music for me.
That's dope.
So when I hear something new and I'm like, okay, shit, I never really knew Bob Seger did music like this. Let me go back and explore Bob Seger. Same thing with Queen. I didn't realize, I knew like Queen's greatest hits, but I never listened to Sheer Heart Attack. I never listened to that album before, and I like every track on it. And I'm like, I didn't know they were this bluesy when they first came out.
Yeah, man.
This is really good.
Love Queen. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it too. And I think with me though, it's more because I'm a hip hop. I like hip hop, but I guess I'm getting old because this new hip hop shit is not for me. Now, I've been listening to a lot of R&B because I've been in my feelings.
As you should be.
Yeah, been in my feelings. So I've been listening to a lot of R&B. So I've been listening to people like Sabrina Claudio and Brent Faiyaz and Black. I love Black, spelled with a 6, not a B.
I've not heard of a single one of these people you just mentioned.
You would like their music.
Okay.
It's not this new age bullshit. There's love songs. There's singing. It's Black.
I like R&B. Well, I mean, even the R&B I listen to. You know what it is? Growing up listening to hip hop and R&B, as I got older, I wanted to go back and explore the roots of the music I loved. So that's why I went back and started listening to a lot of like Otis.
Otis Redding?
No, not Otis Redding. Oh my God, I can't remember his name now. Otis Spar?
Oh yeah,
I can't remember his name for the life of me now. But it's where that's why I went back and found old Fleetwood Mac, and now I'm finding old Bob Seger. Like just going back and exploring I got into James Brown.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Really got into like old Stevie Wonder. All the old Motown stuff because those are the roots of the music that I grew up listening to, and because of that, it's exposed me to a lot more of the music that's coming out now. You know what I mean? So now I am listening to like contemporary blues music. I'm listening to a lot of jazz lately. You know what I'm saying? Just because I want to know what led up to Tupac. I want to know what led up to Biggie.
Because you're right. Because a lot of those so-called gangster rappers, you know what? They get all that shit from that old school 70s shit, old school 60s
I want that
shit.
old thing back.
Yeah, they got all that stuff is from from it originated somewhere. You listen to like Snoop Dogg, you listen to the musical influences that he has, Jay-Z, if you listen to the musical influence that they have, they're not saying people like because of course me, I'm gonna say Jay-Z, I'm gonna say like Busta Rhymes, I'm gonna say Biggie. That's what I grew up on.
Yeah, that's what I grew up on too, yeah.
But they grew up on like the disco era.
Yeah.
They were disco dancing back in the day. The disco dudes were the gangsters back in the day.
Yeah.
People don't seem to realize that. So that I respect that you go back and listen to what made these artists who they are.
That's what got me into bluegrass. You know what I'm saying? Because when not so much with the style of music, but like blues and country music come from the same roots.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like white people were playing country, black people were playing blues, but they were all sharecroppers on the same plantations. Post segregation. Post Civil War. So those just to know that country and blues came from the same thing. That's where you got rockabilly. That's where you got like Elvis Presley. Justin Timberlake grew up in Memphis. The big hub of that was Memphis. That's where blues, rock and roll, and country kind of got more established in Nashville. But it was the same. These people were all listening trading music with each other. You know what I mean? And that, like bluegrass, people forget the banjo was a slave's instrument at first. It came from Africa, and that's what led up to that incorporating that along with Scottish Highland music. Like that's where you get like the fiddle and everything kind of getting thrown in, and now you have American bluegrass, which is distinct to America.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's all this different cultures. And by the way, Otis Spann is who I was trying to think of.
Spann, okay.
We talked about him on the show before. I was like, Spar? I'm like, no, that doesn't sound right. But knowing that, these different cultures came together and shared ideas, and then you got blues out of it and you got country music out of it. That's what got me into bluegrass again. I'm just... And bluegrass, my favorite part of it is the storytelling and the lyrics. You listen to a bluegrass song, there's a lot of songs like if you just read the lyrics, I would put it up to you like, okay, tell me, read these lyrics. Now, is it bluegrass or is it gangster rap? And I promise you 90% of the time you probably get it wrong.
True. Okay, I respect it. And that was a little history lesson, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, guys.
I do enjoy listening to Jay talk. He does spit knowledge. That's why I like talking to old people.
You dick.
So I'm not playing any of those people, but
fucking rapscallion. Yeah. How's that for an old timey phrase?
Yeah, okay.
Dick.
So I've been in that mode, that R&B mode, that smooth, just lay back and sip your brown liquor, even though I don't drink anymore type of music. And fucking Anderson .Paak came out with the Ventura album. Now I liked his last album, Oxnard.
I love that all his albums are named after LA neighborhoods. Yep. That's the best part of it. That's my favorite part of it.
And the last album was good, but he was doing a lot more rapping on that one. And I like his voice when he sings. He got that raspy voice that just works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I like what was it? Malibu is kind of what got me on that Anderson .Paak.
Malibu was the shit. So the new album Ventura, the song I'm gonna play is featuring Jasmine Sullivan called Good Heels. It's a short one, but I appreciate these short songs on this particular album. Check it out. Just smooth. Nothing too hype. You ain't gotta be jumping around. This ain't even clean your house music. Just lay with your lady music.
Anderson .Paak's another one that Bruno Mars is another one that's big on it. They like exploring the history of the sound.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like on this album, not on this track. This one's Jasmine Sullivan, but he's got
Smokey Robinson.
How the hell you got Smokey Robinson?
Paid for the bag for that feature. That's amazing to me. And because that's the most, like I've been, listening to old school Smokey, old school.
That's that
Teddy
old school
Pendergrass.
soul music, man.
I love that shit. And for him to bring it like with a newer sound and make it a little bit more modern is dope. And Jasmine Sullivan on this track sounds amazing. I always loved her voice. And them together, amazing to me. But the whole album is dope. Like you said, that Smokey Robinson track is my favorite song. Like, that shit's been on heavy rotation for me.
And he likes going back and exploring those sounds and kind of modernizing it. Bruno Mars is the same way. Like you like what was that one? The jukebox album.
Unorthodox Jukebox.
Unorthodox Jukebox. Yeah. And then with 24K.
24 Karat Magic. That album is an homage to what, 80s R&B?
Yeah, it's just like, and Anderson .Paak does the same thing. They go back to like, all right, this is where that sound comes from. This is where we're gonna explore it. Nas did it. We talked about it before when he did that Jack White compilation.
Yeah.
Like they found all that recording equipment. They just recorded a whole bunch of songs from that era, but re-recorded it with current artists. Like I like that there's this push to really come up and find where the music we listen to now came from and find that appreciation again. And I really hope that continues because I'm loving it.
Absolutely. Like you said to me, a lot of these artists are sounding like they are making the music they want to make. People forget, artists is not tied to one genre.
No, you're stupid to think that these because I mean I have my own opinion on mumble rappers too, but for the most part, these are musicians and they are fans of music. You're gonna sit here and tell me that Jay-Z never once listened to a rock song when he was a kid?
Oh, of course he did.
These people love music, and it's nice to see that they're exploring that.
You have to love music to be in this, and you have to want to explore different genres. Like this next track from Logic. We all know Logic, rapper. He likes to spit. He spits. He can. I'm not gonna take nothing away from this man.
He's
up there.
He's a dungeon rapper too. Like you listen to his mixtape shit,
yep.
like this, like yo, this dude, like this is like some like pure hip hop.
Oh hell yeah, he's doing. I don't give a shit about what he looks like. I just care about what his subject matter and what he talks like.
What was that I say? He looks like Jared without the subway.
Jared without the subway and kid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he does though. Look at him. Like we're looking at the picture. Guys, right now, stop what you're doing. Go Google an image of Logic and tell me he doesn't look like Jared from Subway.
Jesus Christ, he does. He Marcel's about to do it. Oh my God.
Jared Fogle. That's him.
Fuck, he does.
It's him.
Yo, that's bugged out. He really does.
I mean, it's not dead on, but it's
They
like,
look like they're
okay,
related.
yeah, they could be cousins.
They could be cousins.
It's that one in the top right.
Yo, that's him.
You have to convince me that that's not Logic.
That's
You would have to convince me that that's not him.
Ew, his face is ugly. But you gotta realize, like these artists, they're artists first. They want to make what they want to make. They have different sounds that they want to get out there. Look at the fucking turn that Childish Gambino took.
Yeah,
rapping, and then I love all three. I think it's 3 of his albums, and then the little shit he put out. They're all different.
Yeah,
every last one of them are different. So you don't stick to one thing. Expand and don't be afraid. That's what artists do. That's how they grow.
And you know, you couldn't do this back in the day. Like Tupac couldn't have come out with a rock album.
Nope. And
the street they wouldn't have it wouldn't have allowed it.
Nope.
And Puffy tried to come out when he was still Puffy.
Yeah,
he tried to come out with a rock album.
It was not
Most Def had a rock group.
Really?
Yeah. See, nobody knows.
I know the Wizard, which was a group between Kanye and Cudi, was more of a rock group.
Yeah,
that was pretty dope.
I didn't know that. But see, it didn't. You know, at the time, I feel like the people listening to music at that time. I don't think we were ready to hear people step outside of their comfort zone and do something like when Darius Rucker started doing country music instead of Hootie and the Blowfish. Yeah, like everybody else, I'm like, you can't switch genres like that, and he did. And because that's the music he likes. The guy grew up in South Carolina. You're not going to tell me that he didn't listen to country music.
Exactly.
And so the fact now that we have these artists, I think now as listeners, as purchasers and
streamers,
yeah, well, people who appreciate and fans of music, I think now we're kind of at a level where we can see a rap artist, come out and do a rock song and do something else, something outside of that normal wheelhouse. And because we have to imagine that they listen to that stuff too.
Exactly. And it's like I said, this Logic track that we're about to play is called Supermarket.
We haven't even played the track.
Yeah, we haven't played it yet. I like the fact that you brought this. I didn't even know about it. Some soundtrack to a movie he did. It's called Supermarket.
No. So I got to correct myself on that.
Oh.
It's a novel he wrote.
Oh.
Logic wrote a damn book.
Oh shit, that's even better.
Yeah. There it is. Logic has unveiled a new soundtrack to accompany his debut novel, Supermarket.
Listen to this shit. This is him. This is Logic.
Yeah.
Dance with me.
And it's like that old, not old school, it's like punk. No,
it's definitely not punk. It's definitely not punk.
It's like
I'll play you some punk.
Like emo shit though.
It's there's a lot of like I said it earlier, Maroon 5, but I feel like that's not right. Like that track specific. Oh no, Bohemian Rhapsody, the other track on it.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah.
Yeah, that track reminds me of a song. I can't remember what it is. It reminds me of something because we're going back to R. Kelly. It reminds me of something. Can't think of what it is.
I like this.
You remind me. Sorry, I'm sorry. It went off in there.
We're not playing on the show. Not doing it. But no, and in hearing this song, I
still
think
a badass song.
It is. I think of Post Malone. Actually, he's coming up next. But I think of Post Malone because Post Malone does this very well himself because he raps. But that one track that I played, track 8 at one time that you was like, this is Post Malone. That shit was it pulled on some emotional strings because it had a good subject matter.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot, and it was different. It wasn't a rap song. It was just a song. It was just music.
The first that I can think of because we talked about punk rock. There's a band called the Bronx. Yes, and they have alter egos. Another, like, it's the same members of the band, add a few, and it's Mariachi El Bronco. Yeah, it's a bunch of white guys making mariachi music. Yeah. And it's just them having fun with music because they are fans of music. They're taking the John Lennon approach. That's what I wanted to say. John Lennon said, I'm an artist. You give me a fucking tuba, I'm going to give you a song.
Yeah, and that's what this is what artists are forgetting. Like, and I like, okay, so I think with streaming, they're allowed to do this a little bit more because people are gonna just, hey, let me click on this and see what this
Record labels wouldn't let them do that before. Now that it's streaming, there's a lot more liberty and they can reach a lot more audience.
Exactly. It's all over the world. Not just, you don't gotta worry about, we gotta sell to people in New York. No, it's all over. Everybody streams.
You gotta think about everyone.
Everybody does it. Everybody has what they like. And it's good to see that they're branching out into different things. We talked about that stupid ass Lil Nas X song. I'm not gonna play it because my son kills it. But that Old Time Road country song that wasn't country, I know it's stupid. I hate it. I know every single word.
It's also not a country song.
I know every single word to the song, and my son loves that shit. Loves it. Who would have thought that would have been something that my kid would want to listen to? Sing about horses in the back. Something is attached. I don't know. I know the whole word. I know the whole song. It's ridiculous. Like it's in my nightmares. But I like the fact that people are branching out. And this is not a branch out song in the least. We talked all this shit, and the song that I'm about to play is not a branch out. This is Post Malone just rapping. The name of this song is Wow. This is a suggestion from a listener off the Facebook page. So yeah, this one is for you. And Mason kind of likes this song too. You can't hear it.
No, I can't.
You know what it is. It's about to start now.
Said she tired, little money, need a big boy. Pull up 20-inch blades like I'm Lil Troy. Now it's everybody flocking, need a decoy. Shorty mixing up the vodka with the
this shit
liquor.
might And I'm sure you guys, this is not a new song. I'm sure you guys heard of it, but like I said, I've asked people online, what are you listening to right now? This was screenshot and sent. This is a dope song. I like his ability to come up with a song. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if he wrote it or not, but it's dope. It's something to listen to. It should have been on the last album. It wasn't. His last album though, phenomenal, in my opinion. That's one of my top 5 albums that we did for the wrap up. Again, I like when artists like to take risks. I like it.
So let me give a caveat to this because we've been talking about artists branching out into different genres this whole time. I like it when the artist, when a musician does it because he wants to, because it's something he likes to do. Yeah. Don't give me like some bullshit singer or some bullshit rapper making a record in another genre just to sell records.
Yeah, no.
No. It can't be money. I mean, everything's money motivated, sure, but it can't be solely money motivated. You can't just be like, oh, well, this is hot, so I'm gonna try this. That's where you got like that rap rock. Yeah. And that's not okay.
It was weird.
That's where you got the rock. That's Puffy. That's why Puffy didn't take off. That's where you got the rock version of It's All About the Benjamins.
Yeah, that shit was terrible.
Yeah, like that stuff. You because at that point you're just being gimmicky.
Yeah.
But when you like, okay, I'm a rapper, but I really like blues music. I'm gonna make a blues record. Because I like it. I want to explore that because that's music I listened to growing up. That's music that inspired me to do hip hop because it inspired me to, I heard the evolution from it. But now I want to go back and I want to make music in the genre of the roots of the music that I listen to.
Yes.
Because I respect it, I appreciate it, and I want to give it a shot. That's what I like. That's what I respect. Nice. When it's just like, okay, I'm a rapper, but a lot of people are really up on this hip hop shit, on this rock and roll shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna make that and try to branch out. No, don't do that. Nope. If your heart's not in it, you're gonna know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's our topic for the day. No. We definitely want to get into this topic.
Where we at?
Oh yeah, where we at?
We haven't done a topic in a while.
Yeah, we might as well do it.
All right.
We're going to keep this whole thing in.
Yeah.
So right before we started recording, my daughter gives us a call. She's doing something with, I think she's going to be just as bad of an audio file as Marcel because this has nothing to do with the topic, but she was doing a project and in the background, all you hear is her typing and she wanted to get the typing noises out. I was like, you're not at the studio. There's no way you're going to get those sounds out. But I like where your head's at. Keep that kind of drive. Then she says, because she's, Jay is well connected. Jay is, if I need anything,
I know people.
I'm coming to Jay.
I know people.
My daughter's been expressing.
Don't ask me if anything illegal. We're talking about like, as a stand-up comic in New York, I know people who are in the entertainment industry.
You can get me whatever I want.
Shh.
Okay. So she's been expressing that she wants to do production, but she wants to be like behind the scenes, like not. She wants to do camera for cinematography, but she wants to work behind the scenes. She doesn't want to be in front of the camera. As you all know, she came up to the show and she said maybe 2 words on the mic. So she doesn't want to be up there.
She doesn't want the spotlight. She wants to be the one shining the spotlight.
Right. And, Jay was expressing to her what she needs to do. But that brought up a good topic. Like, what do you do when your kid says they want to be in the show business? Because, and the reason why I even consider this as a topic is it doesn't have to be just that production shit. People can take their phone up and hold it up. Hi, welcome to What the Fuck.
Yeah, you know what? That's the other thing she needs to start doing too. And I'm mad. If you listen to this, Mama, listen.
Yeah.
Get a phone, start recording it. I don't brag about it just because I don't like people. I don't like putting people's names out there. But Casey Neistat is a short film director, very big in the independent film world. He actually had a Samsung Galaxy commercial on a Super Bowl.
Nice.
He's my cousin.
Oh, you little fucker.
Yeah. And him and another cousin, Van. He's my cousin through marriage, I should specify.
Okay.
Yeah, through a marriage. We're not blood related. It's just we're all in like that. But him and his other cousin, Van, started making short films, and it's all like 5-10 minute films, and different topics, different things. Some of them are pranks that they recorded, and it got them to the point where HBO gave them. They had an HBO deal, and they actually had a series for like 1 or 2 seasons of short films.
That's dope.
And
it wasn't Random Acts of Flyness, right?
I couldn't tell you. Okay. I don't remember.
Shit was dope.
Yeah, the Neistat brothers. That's what it would call the Neistat brothers.
I think you showed. Actually, I do think you told me this before. Okay.
So
He did Nerve.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, I should say Casey and Van are brothers. They're my cousins, like my other cousin, Van. Just because I'm realizing the way I delivered that might have sounded misleading. So the best thing to do if you wanna make film, my other buddy, Batch,
yeah, it's fine.
I came up doing stand up with Batch in Miami. Picked up a camera and started recording. I actually did a video for him that he never put out because it just we none of us liked it. It not that we didn't like it. It's just it wasn't what we wanted it to be at the end of it. Like sometimes you have to look at the end result and be like, that's not what I wanted. And then you have to do quality control.
Yeah.
Do I want to put this out or do I not? So I did a video with him. We just didn't put it out because it wasn't what we wanted it to be.
Gotcha.
But he's another one. He just picked up a camera and started recording. So if you want to make films, you want to get the best, especially now because we got cameras in our pockets.
Yep, all the time.
Pick up your phone and start recording.
That's what I told her.
Come up with something.
That's what I told her. I encourage her to do the podcast. Just record. Just do it. Get comfortable with it. Because, again, like I told you at the very beginning of this episode, I still get nervous. I really do. It's weird. I don't like hearing my voice, but I quality control the fuck out of this podcast, and I got used to it. But yeah, what do you do when your kid tells you, "Hey, I want to break into show business"? Whether it's acting, whether it's behind the scenes, whether it's rapping, singing, whatever. It's gone are the days where you look down upon it. Like, no, you're not gonna do this. You're gonna go to school. You're gonna do. Kids are famous now.
Yeah.
Like right now, and I'm not saying to do it for the fame. Do it because you want to do it. But kids pick up their phone and just do this shit now.
Yeah.
Mason has a bunch of videos and pictures and everything all over Instagram. I'm not doing that for him to get discovered. I don't give a shit. I just like the silly stuff that he does, and it's just funny to me.
And it's a creative outlet.
Yeah, and it is cool. And he loves performing and doing all this other stuff. He just doesn't like when I record it. He hates it with a passion. The other day, he's sitting down and a beat is playing, and he hates it, but he's making a song to it, telling me in the song why he hates it to the beat. And I wanted to punch him in the face first because I made the beat, but he was riding with the beat without really realizing it. And I couldn't record it because like I said again, he would have knocked the phone out of my hand. But how do you stop? That's like stopping their creativity. You know what I mean?
I think, there's to a degree, you have to nurture what your kids want to do.
Absolutely.
But and as a parent, you want to do that. You want to be able to nurture you want your kids to do well. You want your kids to be successful. But you also want them, and you should be able to do that while helping cater to what they want to do. But as a parent, you also have to recognize where your kids' strengths and talents are.
Yes.
Because if your kid wants to be a rapper, but he ain't got no type of talent,
he can be a rapper.
I mean, he could be a rapper nowadays, but let's say, okay, kid wants to play guitar, but he has no coordination.
Right.
Now, you practice, you get him there, you get him guitar lessons, you buy him a guitar, you have him watch video, and if the kid's putting in that effort, the kid really wants that drive and it has the passion for it, it's going to come out eventually.
Exactly.
But you also have to be able to talk to your kid and be honest with him. Like, my son wants, it's shifting now, but for a little while, he wanted to be a professional football player. My son ain't that big. I love my son to death, and I want to cater to him, and I'll let him play football as long as he wants to play football. But I sat him down. I was like, you want to be a professional football player, son? You got to understand that that might not happen. One of my little brothers wanted to be a pro basketball player. He went to college. He played college ball, but he's also 5'6".
He ain't no Muggsy Bogues.
He understood real quick that if he's going to stay in the sports world, it's not going to be as a player. It's probably going to be as a coach.
And that's cool.
And that's cool.
That's
so
cool.
what it is, you get your kids, okay, this is what your passion is, what you're doing. Okay, fine. But where are your talents in this? Are you a player? Are you that good? Do you have the instincts? Because, playing ball is, a lot of coaching, a lot of talent, but it's a lot of instincts. That's what separates the pro players from, the people who played up through college and then went to do something else. Because there is such a thing as a natural talent and a natural instinct for the game. And if you don't have that, you're probably not going to perform on the pro level, because you do have pros that have that natural ability. It's just natural talent, and the coaching brings that out and helps develop that.
Right.
Where, as opposed to some kid who can't tell his left from his right. And you might finally teach him his left from his right, but he's never going to master that crossover.
Nope.
You know what I mean? He's never gonna master. There's things that they're just never going to master. And as a parent, you should be able to honestly talk to your kids and say, listen, I know you want to do this, and I will work with you every step of the way, but we also need to look at what the reality is and what your talents are.
You're right.
Now, when it comes to this, like what she wants to do. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I was gonna say that part. You're right. You have, because I talked to her about her strengths. At first, she's like, I think I would be a great actor or whatever. I was like, you have to talk. And I wasn't even joking. I was like, you have to talk. You have to you have
to be okay with being
in
the
spotlight. You have
spotlight.
to be okay with being in the spotlight. I said, you sat in the studio with me, your dad, and two other people, and you froze up. I put a mic in front of you and you cried. That can't happen. I said, so I'm not, I said, I want you to do exactly what it is that you want to do. But you have to show me that, hey, I'm going to push past that. I'm going to push past this fear.
Yeah. Is this something that you think you can push past, or is there something else in this realm that you think is more suited for you?
So that's what I brought to her. I was like, there's a lot of people behind the scenes. There's a lot. You see all those names? I said, we're sitting down at a Marvel movie and we're watching all the names scroll up. I said, you see all those names? They're not on camera. They're behind the scenes.
And all these people are making good money.
And they're all making
They're
good
all
money.
making royalties too.
Yeah, we'll see, as long as we see their name, they're getting a check. Right?
Yep.
And I'm not saying do it for the check. What I'm saying is there's other things you can do. I don't want you to go try to put yourself out there when you know it's going to make you uncomfortable. See, with me, like I said, I just had this conversation with somebody. I'm super shy. Super shy. Like, if you see me, people that I work with, you see me in the break room with my headphones on, it's not like I'm trying to be rude. Listen, I just need my headphones, I need my music so I don't look awkwardly at anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just me. You know what I mean? When you get to know me, you see that I talk and we discuss, when we engage about something that, I give a shit about, we're going to talk. But that's me. I'm fucking shy. Yeah. And I had to break out of it. I was shy. I was super stuck to the point where I couldn't order food at a Chinese restaurant because it was fucking packed. I stood there for 10, 15 minutes, didn't order shit, and just left because I was shy.
Yeah.
That's bugged out. And yeah, it's fucking weird. But that's what it is.
Me as a stand-up, I hated public speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nervous in front of people. I don't perform, like I'm in my head like, oh my God, are they gonna like me? 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 But I loved doing, like, I knew I wanted to do stand-up, and I knew that was something I needed to push through. Mm-hmm. And I knew it was something that I could push through.
Right.
Might take me a little while. My first couple of times on stage, I'm putting my hands in my pockets. I'm tugging my shirt. I'm scratching my face.
Yeah,
I'm touching. Yeah, I'm fidgety because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I knew that this is what I wanted to do, and I knew that if I wanted to do this, I need to work past that. And if I ever wanted to do this, I'm gonna have to just keep putting myself in that position until I get more comfortable with it. 10 years later, I'm uncomfortable when I'm not on stage now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can actually, now, before I used to be able to, I couldn't go on stage unless I knew exactly word for word what I was going to say on there. Mm-hmm. Now, when I go on stage, I don't know what I'm going to say, until I have a microphone in my hand most of the time.
Nice.
Like, I might have an idea of what bits I want to do, what jokes I'm going to do, but as far as what I'm actually going to say to the audience, I have no idea until the microphone's there. I know what the audience is doing in front of me, and I play off the crowd.
Exactly.
And that's something that it's a muscle I had to develop, and it's something that I wanted to do. Now, if it would have been like 2 years in and I'm still nervous on stage, all right, I can't do stand-up, but maybe I can write.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I can write a joke. I'm really good at that. I'm good at delivering the jokes also, but if I couldn't deliver, well, at least I could write.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe I start working on some sample scripts. Maybe I start writing for another comic because comics use writers.
Absolutely.
You know, there were other directions I could have gone if one thing didn't work out for me. Don't shut that door off. Just it's just another door to go through. You know, and that's the same thing if kids want to get into it. Like she realizes that she can't be in the spotlight. It's not for her. She's not comfortable doing that. But behind the scenes, there's a lot of opportunity there. And, how do you get into that? That's the original question. Like, how does one break into that? How do you get that? And that's, college ain't for everyone.
No.
You know what I mean? We're at a place in a society, as a society now, where we can now openly look at kids and say, look, college might not be for you. What do you want to do? College might not be the best route. Now, of course, college helps.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it. She can take photography. College, a lot of colleges offer photography classes because if you want to get into cinematography, you still have to know still photography. You know what I mean? Because you have to learn how to frame it. What I was telling you have to learn how to frame a shot. You have to learn how to get perspective in that shot. You know what I mean? Exactly. How do you visually tell the story? Photojournalism would be great, actually. That's something you can tell her too.
Yeah, she's doing that. She's doing that in class right now.
Perfect. Perfect. Because now you're telling a story with a picture, which is going to help translate to telling a story through a video. Exactly. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of different ways, and then apprenticeship is huge. Yes. You get on some set as a production assistant. It's an intern. You're getting coffee. You're running errands. You're doing grunt work. But eventually you're on a crew. If they like you, they pick you up, and now you're part of that production crew. And eventually, you might say, you might express an interest, and they're like, all right, well, hey, you want to get into cinematography? All right, well, go work with the camera crew. And you might be a key grip. You know what I mean? You might be doing grunt work like holding a camera. You're not doing anything creative on your own, but you're learning how to do it. And that's how you learn, by doing. You take a cinematographer that's been doing this for years and years and years and years, has Academy Awards for cinematography, and they're making you do their grunt work, but they're teaching you how they do it. Exactly. Which is how they came up doing and learned how to do it. Exactly. So, and especially in the entertainment industry, whether you're acting or behind the scenes, directing, it's all about apprenticeship. It's all about learning from the people that are doing it and showing that drive and showing that interest and then doing it. Film school is a real thing. You know what I mean? Some schools are better than others. Do your research. But it's all about building up a portfolio and building up an apprenticeship and building up a reputation as an understudy, in the industry, because they talk. You know what I mean? So, if you're a production assistant for a crew in New York and you tell them, hey, I'm moving to LA, somebody on that crew knows somebody in LA. Exactly. And I'll put in a good word for you. And then you go out there, you meet them up, they like you, they hire you. And that's how you progress. And that's big in the entertainment, writing as a comic. You do a couple of sets, somebody's in the audience, are like, hey, I like the way you wrote that joke. How would you feel about writing for my show? Or how would you feel about working on something together and then you release something independent? Yeah. That's how you get, especially in the entertainment industry, that's how you get up in that. And it's all about finding that outlet and finding any opportunity to learn something that can attribute to that. Like she was talking about stage production. Yes. That's not really going to work well for cinematography because there's no camera work in play. But you learn about set production. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You stage management, like how to build a set. Well, that's going to translate to cinematography because you're learning how to build the set. Now you're learning how to frame that shot. You know what I mean? Now, it's not directly related, but there are things that you can take from that will work for this. Right. So it's all about exposing yourself to a lot of different things, putting it together, and building up your own portfolio. Yeah, I like it. And like I said, I think that's a better role for her. I think she would, because she's organized. She knows how to, she plans out things. She gets it done. She has a checklist. She does all storyboarding. The best thing she can learn to do is how to put a storyboard together. I told her that too. I was like, you got to get a storyboard. Like, you got to get a big ass board and just put shit together. Just put a story together. You know what? She's got a phone. Mm-hmm. Like I said, pick up a camera, start recording. She's got friends. Yep. You know what I mean? She needs somebody to play a dad. Well, shit. I mean, what are we? Yeah, right. You know what I mean? I'm down to help with this, with the kids project. I'm down. We don't just play one on the podcast. Yeah. We're real dads. I'm a dad in real life. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that'll be best for her. Like my other daughter wants to be fashion designer. Cool. That like you said, that's a little bit more schooling. But I'm never gonna be like no because she does put her own shit together. She has a sewing machine.
Because of fashion, yeah, and with fashion design, marketing goes a lot into that because you need to be able to follow trends and what in public relations. Again, not directly related, but it gives you that third eye for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, and like I said, I'm never gonna turn that stuff down. Mason is hounding me about getting a camera so he can start his YouTube channel. I'm gonna do it. So because I don't want to say no and then stifle his creativity. This is what you want to try.
Right.
Fine. Try it because he's doing it without the camera there anyway. If he finally wants to be filmed, cool. We could do that. We can make it happen. Don't worry about it. So I like and I love the advice that you gave her. It's definitely good. Yes, she definitely needs to do the grunt work. She has to be an apprentice. She has to go get coffee, go get food, take these orders done. You have to do that while trying to figure out how to learn these things.
And also you have to understand if you want to get into cinematography, you're always going to be working for somebody as a cinematographer. Even if you're the head cinematographer, you're working for that director.
Exactly.
So that's another thing you have to understand too. Like if you want to be the captain of the ship, well then you don't want to be a cinematographer, you want to be a director.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you want to if you're a writer, writers are typically you're writing the movie and you're putting it out there, but at the same time you've got to bend to what the studio wants.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, no, we don't like this. We need a rewrite. All right, well then let's go rewrite. You have to understand that depending on where you are, you'll never be the boss.
Right.
And that's fine. That's perfect. Some of the like the best cinematographers. Look at John Williams. Yeah, one of the best movie composers ever. Mm-hmm. He's never the boss. He might be the boss of that music, but he still has to do what the director wants.
Hans Zimmer too. I love that dude. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. I dig it. And again, you never want to tell them no. You want to give them the right advice. You want to know your kid, know their strengths. Hey, this may not be for you, but you try this.
Exactly. And you know what that takes? As a parent, you have to know your kids. Hang out with your kids.
Yeah.
Get to know what they like.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if a kid tells you, "Hey, I really like movies. I want to get into making them," that shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
Like as a parent, you should know that your kid's into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You might be surprised that they want to do that, but you shouldn't be surprised that they like. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that.
Exactly.
You always like movies.
Exactly. So I dig that, and wow, we went pretty long on this one.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, guys, we're gonna close this shit out now. So again, definitely know your kid, know their strengths, know their weaknesses. If they can't do what they say they want to do, try something else in the area. You know what I mean? But still figure it out because you never know what could happen. Exactly. You never know what could. A lot of the musicians and they were Neo, Robin Thicke, they were just writers. Now
Bruno Mars,
just writers.
Yeah.
Now they're up there, so you never know what could happen. John Mulaney was a writer for SNL, didn't get on the show. Donald Glover, I think. He was a writer for 30 Rock. Didn't get on a show, but now look at him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He didn't get on that show, but he got on Community.
Yeah, and then it took off from there.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta be able to take a step back and be like, all right, maybe I'm not ready for that.
Exactly.
What can I keep doing? Mm-hmm. Don't get discouraged. It's okay to get disappointed. Like, man, I really wanted that. Use that disappointment to fuel your drive.
Yep.
Don't ever get discouraged. Get disappointed and learn from it and move on. But never get discouraged and never want to look away. Now, also, that comes with a caveat that, okay, maybe this isn't for me. You have to be able to recognize your own talents and be like, okay, maybe I'm not meant for this.
Keep real friends around you that will let you know that.
Yeah, anybody who's just telling you yes all the time is not your real friend. Yeah. The person that's your real friend is the one that comes up, listen, I know you're trying to do what you want to do, but this just isn't good. That's your real friend. Mm-hmm. That is the person who's looking out for you.
Absolutely. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign episode 72 off.
We
do appreciate all the love and support that you guys are giving us. iHeart, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. Rate and review us on all social medias.
Share us.
Yeah, share us out. If you like it, somebody else will like it, and they would like it, somebody else will like it as well. Share us up. We do appreciate all the support.
It's a pyramid scheme with no money involved.
Exactly. Right now. But we love doing this. We really do it. It's not, we do apologize for the little bit of a hiatus that we've been taking, but, life happens, guys. Bear with us.
Life has been tumultuous, but hey, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
hey,
you got it. Got it. So,
by the way, I don't think we can record next week. I just remembered I got a 4-day weekend and we're going out of town.
You bastard.
We'll work something out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. It's a lot.
You know what? I'll be back Monday because Lorraine's got to work Monday, so that works. Okay,
right. So cool Monday.
Record next week.
Again, guys, do appreciate it. Give us a call 321 405-2219. Where can they see us on social media?
Social media, you guys can find us on Twitter at The Pops On Pod. Find us on Instagram and Facebook at The Pops On Podcast. You can also email us. What are you listening to? What's your favorite new music? What's something that you found out you liked and didn't like? What does your kid want to do? How do you foster that? Send us your thoughts. Tell us your notes. Give us your tips and you can email us that at nodadjokes@gmail.com.
Yes, and of course, until next time, folks, same spots. I got my man over here, Jay. Close it out for me.
Yeah, guys, don't forget, spoiled kids, not movies.
And please, no dad jokes.
Peace.